Welcome to the Hood News Fantasy Football Podcast. This is episode 77. I got my dogs with me here, MFB
Yup.
and BBTB.
Your 4-time league winner this year. Your bench 550. Your
what?
do what it does what it do. Come on, bro. We here, bro. Football season, bro. Lock in.
Hell yeah. Anyways, this episode is waivers. You guys are going to want waiver pickups for the first week, and we got for every position. And we're going to go ahead and start off with quarterbacks. Number on the list is crazy. Daniel Jones, rostered in 6% of leagues.
I mean, like, what
Go get
QB
him.
did you have to what QB did you have to draft for you to need to add Daniel Jones? Is my question.
Tua Tagovailoa as a backup. CJ Stroud.
He's a good. Okay, look. If you started CJ Stroud, yeah, I would. Daniel Jones is not an ad necessarily to start next week. He's more of an ad and hold.
Yeah,
in my opinion, I'm not. I would not feel confident. I would feel very, very nervous to start him any week. But yeah, especially next week, just because we don't know. We don't have enough data with him. But yeah, I mean, he had a good week, so that's why he's on the waiver pickups. I would not use a waiver claim. I would probably spend very little fab, like $1 if you're doing fab. I would not waste my waiver claim on Daniel Jones. That's not worth it.
That's fair.
Next on the list, Aaron Rodgers, who had 4 passing touchdowns, 244 yards, rostered in only 14% of leagues. Yeah, these are. I mean, I don't know if these are necessarily like quarterbacks I'd be starting and feel confident in. These are more of like hold and see what happens. We talked about in the last episode. Don't overreact off of week 1. But Aaron Rodgers, I mean, he looked good. 4 touchdowns is good stuff. And we talked about the stat. I don't know. Do you remember the stat? No Steeler QB has thrown, or the third. This is the third.
No. It's like the third QB to have 25 plus points on the Steelers since Big Ben.
Yep. Yeah. Wow. So I mean, that's impressive. Good stat. It was a revenge game for him. Played the Jets, so maybe it was just a revenge game, and he doesn't do it again ever. But who knows? Him and DK had some connections, so they look good. That's it for the quarterbacks. Are there any quarterbacks you guys are interested in picking up off the waivers?
Nobody.
Nah.
No? All right, cool. Let's move on to wide receivers. At the top is Quentin Johnston, rostered in 9% of leagues, had 2 touchdowns last week, looked good with Justin Herbert. He, in my opinion, is also not, like, I don't know if I would waste a waiver claim on him. At least for me.
I would waste a waiver claim if I'm waiver picks in between 9 and 12, because I do think he's a solid stash with the way Justin Herbert's playing. My opinion.
Yeah. If he goes out next week
and
gets like another touchdown and like 50 yards, 60 yards, would you feel good like starting him?
Flex, possibly.
Flexing him, yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean, if you need a wide receiver, he's a good player to look at for sure. Next on the list, Cedric Tillman, rostered in 28% of leagues. He had 8 targets, 5 receptions, and a touchdown. He's on the Browns, right? With Joe Flacco.
Browns, yeah.
Yep. And we saw him last year with Jameis Winston throwing the ball, and he was getting involved. And so with Joe Flacco, it looks like, 8 targets is solid, and he got a touchdown in the end zone. So it's pretty good. I mean, these are players that you pick up and, see how they do. Would you use a waiver claim on Cedric Tillman?
Same thing. 9 through 12, hold him.
Okay.
If you really, really need a receiver, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say the same. Like if you're like in need, yeah, I would do that too.
For me, bro, I think Cedric Tillman and Jerry Jeudy are like neck and neck.
So that
might be crazy to say. I think they're neck and neck.
That's a really good thing though in Cedric Tillman's like view, because then that means you're getting Judy was like a 6th, 7th round pick off the waivers. You know what I mean? So it's like that's a great waiver pickup then.
Yeah. Agreed. He's a good pickup. Last but not least is Hollywood Brown, rostered in 26% of leagues. He had 14.9 fantasy points, 16 targets, 10 receptions, with just shy of 100 yards, hit 99 yards. That would probably be my top ad of the three.
Yeah, 100%. Because it'll like immediately pay out for you. Right.
Yeah.
You can possibly
Xavier
flex
Worthy's
him.
out for I don't know how long. Rashi Rice not coming back until week 7. Right?
Yep.
Yeah, week 7, suspended for 6. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, if
Yeah,
you
no,
have
I
the
mean-
number one waiver pick, please pick him up. Let him go off, and then flip him week 4 or 5. Very simple. Be a salesman.
Yeah. Yeah, he's definitely worth an ad for sure, being literally the number one target in Kansas City offense. We talked about in the previous episode, Travis Kelce had less than 11% target share, so he wasn't even that involved in the offense.
Mhm.
16 targets from Patrick Mahomes is valuable. Like Patrick Mahomes is, he gets it done. So, definitely worth an ad. And he didn't even get into the end zone. If he had gone to the end zone on any of these catches, then he'd be number one pickup. Everyone would be looking for him, trying to get him. He's not heavily rostered, so he will be good for at least the next few weeks while Worthy's out.
Mhm.
They play the Eagles next week, so that that's a risky one. But anyways, still worth an ad for sure. That's it for wide receivers. Are you guys aware of any other receivers that may be worth a grab?
No, but I'd probably say the order of grabbing these receivers would be Hollywood Brown first, Cedric 2, and then Quentin 3.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, agreed. Okay, that'll do it for. Sorry, I'm looking if there's other names here. Nope. No other names. Okay. Let's move on to running backs. There are actually pretty much no running backs that are worth a pickup or worth spending a waiver claim on. But just so we can give you guys a name, Kenneth Gainwell, who outsnapped Jalen Warren on Pittsburgh Steelers 27-25, got most of the early down work. Might be worth a stash, but this is just a random dart throw. I wouldn't.
Arthur Smith backfield, baby. We back.
Oh man, what a headache.
Man.
Yeah, this is kind of a running back that you take, and if he gets in the end zone, you're happy, and if he doesn't, you're ending up with like 5-6 fantasy points tops.
Just real quick, I'd probably say if you're a Jalen Warren owner and you have Jalen Warren, obviously, use your waiver pick on Kenneth Gainwell, because if he somehow goes down, Kenneth Gainwell will get all the work because that RB3 saw nothing. So I'm just saying.
The rookie, Caleb Johnson.
Yeah, he saw nothing.
He had I think 2 snaps or two rushed attempts or something like that. Yeah, it was terrible usage for him, which sucks. And he could move his way up the depth chart for sure, like as the season goes on.
Yeah,
I wouldn't panic yet. I think yeah, if you own what's his name, Warren, then Jalen Warren, then you're gonna want to have Kenneth Gainwell just to make sure. And Warren had a hamstring issue, I think, last year, and like an ankle issue. He had a couple issues. So I feel like he's bound to get injured. If he does, then Kenneth Gainwell probably gets a lot more snaps, and a lot more of the work. So yeah, good to have your insurance there with him. That's it for running backs, just him. No one else really worth adding. Let's move on to tight ends at the very top. BBTB's boy, Juwan Johnson. Yeah.
Just real quick, BBTB hot take. Start Juwan Johnson over Mark Andrews. Thank me later.
I'm tempted. I was actually thinking of that. Like, should I pick up Juwan Johnson and start him next week?
Rattler slings it, bruh. So you know.
Bro, they played the Cardinals. Cardinals suck. Everyone's like, oh my God, Marvin Harrison and
The
and
Saints
Kyler Murray
play the
connected.
Niners.
Huh?
Yeah. The Ravens play the Browns. So
Divisional.
they're both like decent defenses.
Divisional. I'm starting Mark Andrews. I'm sorry. Only rostered in 2% of leagues. Juwan Johnson had 11 targets with Rattler through 46 times, so he's worth an ad. We talked about in the last episode Harold Fannin Jr., the rookie in Cleveland, who overshadowed Njoku. He had 9 targets, 7 receptions. Just worth an ad. Last but not least, Jonnu Smith. He had 6 targets, 5 receptions. He only had 15 yards, but he had a touchdown. So worth considerable.
Stash.
Yeah, a stash. I mean, these are all guys you can kind of take and stash, or I don't know how many of them I feel confident starting next week. If you had like Evan Ingram and he's injured and there's no one else in the waivers that are available. But these are guys that, I don't know, they had good stats last week. Like we said, Rattler's kind of slinging the ball, so Juwan Johnson's a dart throw. Harold Fannin, the rookie, that one I'd feel less comfortable with. But Jonnu Smith, I mean, he did his thing over there in Pittsburgh, and he was scoring a lot of touchdowns last year when he was on the Dolphins. So Jonnu Smith might be a more comfortable start next week. That's all I have on the tight ends. You guys have any notes, any ideas, anything?
Nope.
It's very late, and we're recording very late, so we're all very tired. So that's why there's not a lot of conversation in this episode. And we're talking about tight ends, so nothing to talk about. That's it for the main starts. Just a couple streaming options for kickers and defenses. Tyler Loop, Baltimore Ravens kicker, who's rostered in 39% of leagues. If
He's
Baltimore,
auto start.
yeah, if Baltimore's moving the ball, he's going to have lots of opportunities to kick the ball. So there you go. High-powered offense equals everyone scores, including the kickers. And he replaced, what was the guy's name?
Justin Tucker.
Justin Tucker, because Justin Tucker missed a couple of field goals last year, and he was Mr. Automatic. So they were like, "Yeah, you're good." That's crazy how quick they moved off him. One bad season, they were like, "Yeah, you're good." Cam Little from the Jaguars, rostered in 37% of leagues. Brandon Aubrey was a soccer player, the kicker for the Cowboys, and everyone drafted him like number 1 kicker because he scores from deep and he's like blah blah. Cam Little was also a soccer player, and he scored the 70-yard field goal in preseason. I think that Jaguars are going to move the ball. ETN looks like that dude. They have Brian Thomas Jr., they have Travis Hunter, so they're going to be moving the ball down the field a lot, and I think he'll get a lot of opportunities to score field goals, and they're going to be moving the ball a lot. So both of them are worth an ad and probably weekly usage. You could probably start them each week. That's it for the kickers. If you can get them, cool. If not, tough. Defenses. We got Dallas, rostered in 7% of leagues. Dallas plays against MFB. Who is it?
They play against the Giants.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah. Russell Wilson looks like, boof. So, yeah. Start Dallas defense against the Giants. It is a divisional game.
It is.
That's fine.
All right.
It's fine.
New England, rostered in 14% of leagues. Wow, I wonder who New England Patriots play next week. Oh, the Dolphins. Oh my goodness. Start the Patriots with confidence. That Dolphins team looks terrible, bro. I'm going to give them
2 more weeks.
We talked about it. Yeah, 2 more
week
weeks. 3. By week 3, if they haven't figured it out, I'm selling Tyreek. I really thought that he would do it this year, but
me too.
Yeah, he was really complaining on the sideline. He was not happy. So I get it. QB's throwing picks left and right and fumbles, and yeah. Anyways, Tampa Bay, last but not least, rostered in 5% of leagues. They play against
The Houston Texans.
Texans, yeah, and CJ Stroud looks inept, so Tampa Bay should be a good start. And Tampa's they're a very good rush defense. They had, Bijan couldn't run on them at all. He had a receiving touchdown, and he did good receiving wise, but rushing wise, they stuffed him. So pretty solid defense overall. But that does it for the streaming options, and that pretty much does it for the waiver episode. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about? Anyone you want to mention? Anything you want to?
No, just with those defenses, if you can grab any of them and you need a defense, grab them. Use your waiver pick because that can make or break your week.
You can also, in my opinion, you can use a waiver pick on these kickers if you want, especially if you're putting in multiple claims, like for a receiver like Cedric Tillman or Hollywood Brown, one of the tight ends, and the kicker, like just whatever, why not? You know what I mean? They're both on high-powered offenses that are going to be moving the ball, and they have good opportunities to score a lot of points. Kickers can make or break your week sometimes. So, I wouldn't mind using a waiver claim on a kicker, as sad as that sounds. I wouldn't mind personally. I don't know about these guys. And then in terms of defense, New England, I probably would go New England first, and then Tampa, and then Dallas.
I'd probably go Dallas, New England, Tampa.
Man, I might do New England, Dallas, Tampa.
Okay. Either way, all three are decent options. Like, so yeah, that'll do it for this episode. Hopefully you guys get the players you need. Not that many waivers this week. Hopefully next week is a little bit more juicy, but we'll have to wait and see. Anyways, that'll do it for this episode, guys. We'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.